This is Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Secrets and dope and music and reactions. Liquor and Wolves. I said liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Secrets and dope and a German talking bullshit. Liquor and wolves.
Fuck.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world. How are we doing tonight? This is Liquor and Wolves. I'm Rob, and you guys are the coolest for being here. Thank you very much. So 2 things we need to talk about today. One, of course, being Ren's drop that happened 14 hours ago, being the illest of our time. Awesome title already. Something you can, wrap your mind around, having listened to a couple of Ren's songs. Of course, him being ill as in sick and, medically sick, but also being the illest. That's awesome. Play on words I'm thinking we're going to get here. And the second thing we're going to be talking about is the fact that I am now another 342 days left in Liquor Exile. So this is a countdown, not a count up to anything. And that means that what the sip of the day will be is, of course, going to be non-alcoholic again. And we're going to do a Coke and Coke. Super interesting for y'all to watch. Me pouring a Coke into a glass. No, of course not. But hey, everything's going good. We're doing fine. We're feeling fine. Things are looking bright. Like Brighton a little bit, right? Wonder if that's going to happen somewhere in Brighton. But no, already, so there was plans for yesterday to kind of have a watch along with the actual live premiere that happened yesterday. And I did actually schedule one, and I posted it on the community page. And some of y'all smart folks have said something that is very, very true, and did actually change my mind on whether or not I would be doing this. And they said, please don't steal his views from his live. And that's totally correct. First thought I had was like, all right, let's have this like a second screen kind of thing. Everybody watches the stream on Ren's page and have me like in a second tab for afterwards to do a reaction to what just happened. So both of us will, for me not being important, but him having the streams of each of y'all that's watching individually counted on his page and have like a second screen phenomenon. But then I thought, that's pretty dumb too. Let's just do it when it's through with. I haven't watched it. I was actually staying away from YouTube all day yesterday, starting at 8 p.m. So we're about to go into this. But what happened was when I set up the schedule for a stream that when I was still thinking this could happen, I of course went into the description of the page where the stream was to be hosted on, and it looks like it's changed. No, it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to read through this description here real quick. And this is Ren talking. Want to say a big thank you for everyone's support over the years. During the years trapped inside with this chronic health problems, the main thing that kept me going was a belief that one day I would come out the other side and be able to achieve success through music. I don't want to have a label, and sometimes I don't have a label, and sometimes pushing these things as hard as I want becomes a massive challenge, and I find myself frustrated that there aren't enough hours in the day to push it as far as I wanna. I would love to ask a favor to anyone who has ever enjoyed my music over the years, and it will only take a few minutes of your day. It would mean the world to me if you could share these tracks as much as you can over social, with friends, over email. Together, with your help, I can hopefully reach people all over the world and get one step closer to the dream I always had. Thank you so much for the support, fam. I'm thinking I am sharing big time already, not only by reacting to his music and thereby generating views on his stuff and always asking people to go to the original video, but also because in just conversation outside of YouTube, in real world, there is such thing, right? There is an IRL. And I discuss him a lot and try and get people on his path. So, and I think, yes, this here is the one that I read yesterday. It's pretty long. Oh no, this is the lyrics. There was one yesterday where he was talking about the squat building that this whole thing happened in. Where is that? That's no longer here. I seem to forget what the original, all right. There was a lengthy either comment or description for the live stream where Ren is talking about a unnamed person who's only, I think we get the first letter of the name, doesn't matter, but it's somebody that did play a big role in his life in like early childhood, youth, basically. And said dude somehow they ran into one another, and he tells Ren how he is in the squat with a bunch of anarchists, basically. So I know what you're talking about. I've been living in squats too for a couple of weeks. So just real quick, cheers, guys. Coke. So he continues to tell Ren about how he is in the squat and how it is completely crazy, like 4-story, just madness, and invites Ren to come in and check whether or not it would be a cool location to do a shooting in. And so Ren, like they kind of make a date for like a walkthrough or whatever, like a tour of the thing. And dude isn't there. And there's somebody else though that Ren tells him that he's supposed to meet somebody here to look into this, building and whether or not it'd be fit for filming. And that guy knew him from busking in the streets. And all of a sudden gets really friendly because I'd say squatters, when somebody knocks at the door, tells you a weird ass story about them being a musician and how they want to film inside your venue, you're gonna not necessarily believe it very first minute. But then he realizes this is Ren and I've seen him before. And so they take the tour through the building and they find said friend, who's remaining nameless, like making a fire and shooting up, I think. I could be wrong. Doesn't matter. The location turns out to be beautiful and totally fit for Ren's needs. And I think the video we're about to see is taking place in that squat. And that backstory I would have loved to be able to bring to you in the original form, meaning there was one yesterday, but it's gone. So luckily I did read it then. And I think that's about it. So I am super excited to get into this, to hear of Ren being the illest of our time. As always, I'm going to let it run for a little bit and check my levels and then take y'all full screen. Are we ready? I hope, man. Ren, kick our asses, please. Let's go. Oh, pig. We get the pig already. Yeah, it looks like the squat.
1, 2, 3, spitting bullets on the beat. I'm a sick little puppy who gets lucky when he speaks. Blessed with the silver.
That was nice. Okay, I think we're gonna go rap. 1, 2, 3. Spit a bullet somewhere through your teeth.
1, 2, 3, spitting bullets on the beat.
Spitting bullets on the beat. I rap some serious shit.
1, 2, 3, spitting bullets on the beat. I'm a sick little puppy who gets lucky when he speaks. Blessed with a silver tongue, chest with an iron lung. Extraterrestrial tentacles, aliens.
Yeah, it's sort of self-describing himself and his lyrical and rapping ability. Like iron cast lung and silver bullets out his mouth, the words that he says. I like it. Talk your shit. It's hip-hop, right? I mean, brag it out.
On the beat, I'm a sick little puppy who gets lucky when he speaks. Blessed with a silver tongue, chest with an iron lung. Extraterrestrial tentacles, aliens. Psychopathic tendencies.
Ooh. Psychopathic tendencies. Is this like kind of like all sorts of weird schizophrenic personalities? Or is it just people that, like weird people, period, that he surrounds himself with? You know, sick is going to find sick, right? If you're a little bit twisted, you're going to mingle with those that are a little bit twisted as well, because it's very hard for the regular Joe to, you know, deal with you when you're a little bit strange, weird, whatever we define as not normal. Could be either one here. Looks very like the videography here. Again, fuck.
Long, extraterrestrial tentacles, aliens. Psychopathic tendencies, a pathologic entity. If everything is set in stone, then this is how it's meant to be. Elementary, dear Watson, you might find yourself inside the mind of the illest of our time.
You just might find yourself inside the mind of the illest of our time. Because you are taking us in, right? We just might find ourselves inside his, you know, getting his POV, and we do get that a bunch.
Entity, if everything is set in stone, then this is how it's meant to be. Elementary, there Watson, you might find yourself inside the mind of the illest of our time. Get it poppin', hot rockin', I'm Freddy Krueger, I'm chopping. I turn it up to 11, the demigorgon of upping. The strangest thing, I'm the boss. When the danger lingers, I'm plotting. Sweet like a spoonful of sugar, because I'm merry like poppin'. The double barrel is cocking, a shotgun sheltered the knob.
Stop, Ren. Beat is way too fucking flames. I love this little this electronic little 3 notes ensemble. We get a it's a little bit like the Knight Rider theme, stuff like that. And I love, of course, the videography. Again, it looks just like a location that we did a band photo in. It's under it's a squat club as well. It's called the Café Knallhart, and underneath it is an abandoned because squatted parking garage, and it looks just like that. And they're like sort of in the bad music video where Michael and his crew are like just being bad. What bad would have been in the 80s because somebody's spray painting something. Whoa. But no, they walk through there and he has a baseball bat and he's just beating at things and everybody's going crazy. And it's lyrically, when this part starts, the rap thing with the little underlining, I think he's leaving the ego perspective a little bit and not talking about himself much here.
Or Poppy, who gets lucky when he speaks. Blessed with a silver tongue, chest with an iron lung. Extraterrestrial tentacles, aliens. Psychopathic tendencies, a pathologic entity. If everything is set in stone, then this is how it's meant to be. Elementary, dear Watson, you might find yourself inside the mind of the illest of our time. Get it poppin', hot rockin', I'm Freddy Krueger, I'm chopping. I'm
Freddy Krueger, I'm chopping. Of course, that's what he does, but also lyrically, I'm a chopper. I spit quick,
the
fast.
Illest of our time. Get it poppin', hot rockin', I'm Freddy Krueger, I'm chopping. I turn it up to 11, the demigorgon of uppin'. The strange.
Who's demigorgon? I turn it up to 11, the demigorgon of uppin'. And demigorgon, I have never heard of it. Doesn't ring a bell. But you know, it's of course turn up the volume, pump up the volume way past 10. He's up on 11, right?
Strangest thing, I'm the boss. When the danger lingers, I'm plotting. Sweet like a spoonful of sugar, because I'm merry like poppin'. The double barrel.
Sweet like a spoonful of sugar, because I'm merry like poppins. And that rhymes, of course, with the poppin that we got before. Nice use of the lingo here. This is, of course, yeah, it's still about him, but he's doing the rap shit. He is spitting and talking his shit. It's not so intricate in terms of I am very ill, I am sick in my head, I am sick physically. If I'm sick with the pen, right? And this was the thumbnail, him being tied up and rapping into the camera.
The danger lingers, I'm plotting. Sweet like a spoonful of sugar, because I'm merry like poppin'. The double barrel is cocking, a shotgun sheltered the noggin. I'm coughing, catchy bronchitis, you're in your funeral coffin. No
You're in your funeral coffin. Double barrel, the shotgun, the sawed off, it's popping. He's talking his shit. I like it.
It's cocking, a shotgun sheltered the noggin. I'm coughing, catchy bronchitis, you're in your funeral coffin. No stopping, blocking me not when I pick the world up, I'm squatting. And when I take from the rich, I'm in your hood and I'm robbing.
Take from the rich, I'm in your hood and I'm Robin. Not only Robin, I am Batman's little helper, Robin. Or Robin Hood. No, it's Robin Hood, of course. I'm in your hood and I'm Robin. You know, taken from the rich, given to the poor. But he is also Robin, double B. He is committing robberies. Facts.
Me not when I pick the world up, I'm squatting. And when I take from the rich, I'm in your hood and I'm robbing. 4, 5, 6, spit a crucifix. 6, 6, 6, flow, crucify a Catholic.
Ooh, crucify a Catholic. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he goes into 666, number of the beast. Killing a priest. Catholic. Doing the He is spitting. And also there was a part in there where he says, when I'm squatting the world, like I'm taking the entire world and claiming it mine. It's the Ren on some, I'm the fucking greatest mode shit, right?
I pick the world up, I'm squatting. And when I take from the rich, I'm in your hood and I'm robbing. 4, 5, 6, spit a crucifix. 6, 6, 6, flow, crucify a Catholic. Maverick, anti-hero villain, not protagonist. Words are kind of muffled when you're sucking on my massive. Who's the fucking illest?
Words are kind of muffled when you're sucking on my massive. So the first time we get to kind of hear himself censor. because I always wondered, he gets away with a lot of shit on YouTube, right? He like within Hiren, there's so many fucks and fuck yous and motherfuckers and shit that wonder if one was not logged into YouTube, if you had like the age wall and you had to kind of confirm your age. Because I'm always logged in, I never see them anymore. But that would be interesting. And that, this is some rap shit. I love it. Talk your shit, Ren. Yeah, you got a big... Let me work.
I'm not protagonist. Words are kind of muffled when you're sucking on my massive. Who's the fucking illest? Who's the realest? Who's the baddest kid? Call the police on this beat before I damage it. A kiddie called Screech on the street.
Call the police on this beat before I damage it. It's like, let's sort of, it's a preemptive strike. Like, let's call the cops before this beat gets slaughtered and murdered and fucking ripped apart and just spat on by Ren. I like it. And this fist fight scene here is something that was mentioned in the comments too, that they get high on GBH or Ket, and just fight till somebody gives up. It seems like that's a reference to that. And still Ren's talking about how he's the coolest and greatest.
Kid called the police on this beat before I damage it. A kiddie called Screech on the streets. I'm a masochist. So
he's referencing Screech, a kid on the street. He also said a couple of words earlier that were a thing in other songs, which was what was it? Let's go back. I'm sorry. There was keywords. That's it. Anti-hero. No, we talked about anti-climax. Villain. Screech being the villain and how there's no refuge for our villain, and he's now referencing Screech again.
I'm not protagonist. Words are kind of muffled when you're sucking on my massive. Ooh. Who's the fucking illest? Who's the realest? Who's the baddest kid? Called the police on this beat before I damage it. A kiddie called Screech on the streets. I'm a masochist. So far from reach, I'm the type to kill a pacifist. Catalyst.
So far from reach, I'm the type to kill a pacifist. That's of course an amazing image to be painting. To kill the ones that are pro-peace, pacifists, and will not, even if you slap them, they're going to turn the other cheek. I'm thinking, in a religious context anyway. So pacifism, to be totally against war. And he's going to kill a pacifist. I'm so far out of reach, I might just kill a pacifist. Which is far out of reach. It's like, if there's one that's not actually, that no danger oozes out of, it's going to be the pacifist, right? And if you're far out of reach, you're going to even go as far as to kill one of those. It's like on a sinking boat, I'm so far out of reach, I'm going to go males, grown-up men first, and then women and children.
For chemical combustion, I'm the analyst of metaphors and similes and synonyms and alchemist, evangelist.
I'm the analyst of metaphors and similes. I'm the analyst. Huh. Yeah. I am familiar. I live in this word construction, creative writing, and I've mastered it, right?
Cool combustion, I'm the analyst of metaphors and similes and synonyms and alchemist, evangelist, spread the words.
An alchemist, I throw them together to create something out of the individual pieces that, alchemy as in looking to find a way to produce, to manually produce gold through all kinds of shit together and hope that, it will result in gold being produced by it. Alchemy. Throw in all kinds of shit and try to achieve a result that we all know is impossible, but it's a belief that one should just keep working at it and one day it'll happen. I doubt it though. But he's the alchemist of throwing together words, rhymes, schemes, messages with the weirdest of input or, ingredients being words.
Analyst of metaphors and similes and synonyms and alchemist, evangelist, spread the words I seek like they're cancerous, pragmatist, think before I speak.
I spread the words I seek. Like a virus, something? To spread, as in viral?
Alchemist, evangelist, spread the words I seek like they're cancerous.
Like they are cancerous, because cancer, of course, is going to continuously spread. That's what it does. It's at the core of its existence. spread.
Synonyms and alchemists, evangelists, spread the words I seek like they're cancerous. Pragmatist, think before I speak, then I answer it.
Pragmatist, think before I speak, then I answer it. To be pragmatic, a pragmatist. To not have your head in the clouds and think about the most obtrusive ways of doing things, but to be practical with it. I want to get from A to B. What's the shortest connection from A to B? It's a line. How do we get it? Let's get in a car. And that's pragmatism. And the other way could have been, oh, there's this, there's a connection. We can skate like a quarter of the way. Then we can try and hitchhike and make like a big detour by the coast and get to point B in like 6 days. Whereas the pragmatist will be there in an hour and a half. I'm thinking. So he goes straight to it.
The words I seek like they're cancerous. Pragmatist, think before I speak, then I answer it. Pull up to the place. When I pull it, bang, I pull it, sang it, shot right into space. Music for the hooligans let loose on the estate. Call the police and the riot bands that people wanna play. Hey.
Oh, he's ripped too, right? Wow, I never knew. And he's bragging out. He is bragging his shit. Music for the hooligans. That's a very UK statement too. The phenomenon of hooliganism. Interesting in football context. I'm not sure if he's much of a football guy. Does he have like a team that he roots for? Because nobody here is in colors. But yeah, if they're kind of like a firm, they will not be in colors. They will dress nicely and casual, like old firm casuals. Shouts out to Lars Fredriksson and Rancid. Yeah. This is really me talking my shit. And we're more than halfway through, and I think it's going to continue like this. But I like it. I like it. Beats, I think, is getting a little monotone now. I wonder if we're going to get like an additional layer in the music of it. But it's really a great beat. It's to talk your shit over, right? Because it's not, fishing for effects and for, emotional highlights of just music-wise. And painting this, being this, like we've called it once, this Shakespearean additional layer of a stage play that has the role of creating atmosphere at the right points of the story we're being told. Here it's a foundation, it's a carpet for him to dance around on and talk his shit, right? And it does that beautifully.
Hooligans let loose on the estate. Call the police and the riot bands that people wanna play. Hey. Freedom now has lost all meaning. How can we all be free in a hierarchy breeding ground? The poor get poor a while, the rich get rich in style. I'll be a heretic, kill a king, take his crown. But the
Heretic, we've heard before too. In the one where he goes through Brighton again. That was a total enigma to me. Which one was that? It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, Genesis. He talks about being a heretic, a heathen, a non-believer, somebody that the church would have put out, like, thrown on the stake to be burned at the stake. Mm-hmm. I think this is referencing some of his work, some of his body of work.
Wow, the rich get rich in style. I'll be a heretic, kill a king, take his crown. Top of the throne, top of the kingdom.
Kill a king, take his crown. Who is this? Who is in these days? Who is a king in the genre Ren is in that he wants to kill? Because of course it's a very violent goal to set for yourself, but yes, if you are an aspiring and artist of whichever outlet, go at the ones that are above you. Don't kick down the ladder, right? Anybody can do that. That's lame and cheap though. If you have something to say, and if you're gonna get at someone's throat, get at the one's throat that is above you. So you say, kill a king, dethrone him. Who could this be though? Who is, because we can't really pinpoint and stick him in one of those genres. This is Ren. He is in, let's say, I don't know, what is it? Melodic hip hop or acoustic hip hop. This is of course not acoustic, but a lot of the other things that we've heard, seen. Or singer-songwriter in things like Chalk Outlines. And one can't really pinpoint him and stick him in one of those drawers. And that makes it hard for us to see who is a king above him that he wants to go at. Is it people like Ed Sheeran? that are, you know, just sales-wise, bosses in musical genres that are at least not too far away from what Ren does, because we've heard Ed rap, we've heard him loop, we've heard him busk, we've heard him just being him and the guitar, but it's all very, very poppy and you know, mass compatible. Is this someone, I'm not saying he's going at Ed Sheeran, I'm saying, is this someone we could, you know, see as this figure that he is talking about when he says kill a king? The greats and the stuff that he is trying to be the greatest in? Possible.
Kitchen style, I'll be a heretic. Kill a king, take his crown. Top of the phone, top of the kingdom my own. Top of the streets that I roam, top of the dome. Spitting for Britain I shown. Buzz like a cellular phone. I pin like Tyson and I
Buzz like a cellular phone. I love the flow here. The flow is amazing.
Be a heretic. Kill a king, take his crown. Top of the phone, top of the kingdom my own. Top of the streets that I roam, top of the dome. Spitting for Britain I shown. Buzz like
But in the streets that I roam, Britain I shown. That's awesome. Everything's on own. Very fast. I do hear it and I do understand it. It's hard just to recite. Let me just listen.
top of the phone, top of the kingdom my own. Top of the streets that I roam, top of the dome. Spitting for Britain I shown. Buzz like a cellular phone. I pin like Tyson, an icon. Go twice in, left right in. I'm striking like I'm biting, like a python. Ready, I'm heavy.
Biting like a python. That flow was amazing. Let's have one just for the flow here. Because Ren is being... Excuse me, Ren is just, this is like a raw display of talent, right? It's vulgar even, vulgar display of power. Shouts out to everybody who gets that reference. It's a vulgar display of ability. And I love it. The flow is awesome. That flow there, shit.
I'm Mercury, I am Freddy, so eat my words, fill your belly.
Mercury, of course, the chemical element that's in fever thermometers. Mercury. And then he says, I'm Freddy. I am the next generation, or maybe, no, he skipped 3 generations. This is way past 1 generation. I am this new UK that he references to, this new UK big player in the music scene. Huh. I mean, singing-wise, it is very possible that he can play with Freddie. Freddie, of course, being, you know, classic musical and like educated within the classical singing or singer mechanisms and, you know, ways to instrumentize your voice and everything, and vocals. Just, of course, that being at the start of the era of serious studio production and layering everything like 10,000 times. I don't think Ren does that, but just singing wise, I don't think he lacks a lot to be able to play with Freddie. And we heard that in Chalk Outlines. Watch the reaction of this bald-headed singing coach to Chalk Outlines. And Ren even comments on that one and says, thank you for the reaction. I used to watch your channel to get better with my singing. That is an amazing dissection of his vocal ability that I'm not able to provide you all with, because I'm just not firm in that whole theory. But that dude, I may put the link in the description, that dude has it down to really let you know how good that is. And it makes you appreciate it a whole lot more.
Like a python. Ready, I'm heavy, I'm Mercury, I am Freddy, so eat my words, fill your belly like alphabet, spaghetti. I'm
heavy. So Mercury, I think, is one of those like lead, very dense and hence heavy elements. And then he ties it in with Freddie.
Heavy, I'm Mercury, I am Freddy, so eat my words, fill your belly like alphabet, spaghetti. I am a rap star, don't believe.
Alphabet spaghetti? Eat my words through your belly like alphabet spaghetti.
I am Freddy, so eat my words, fill your belly like alphabet spaghetti. I am a rap star, don't believe me, the facts are I spit fast like a NASCAR, don't believe me, then fuck your
Spitting fast like NASCAR reminds me of a Harry Mackline in a freestyle that he did, where he had to rhyme on Madagascar. He, of course, kills it and says something like, you didn't think my brain could stretch that far. I race around these tracks just like a NASCAR. And he says, I'm going fast like NASCAR. Nice, nice, nice. All hats off to this just fucking rapping ability, dude. I never knew he was so deep in the rapping thing because he is so talented at so much more shit. The guitar playing takes him out of, I spent hours and hours and hours in the booth working on my delivery, working on my syllables, working on my, staying on beat when delivering. Where's the time to practice the guitar to become as good as he is, right? It's, for me as a guitarist especially, I wouldn't have put him there because I've been exposed to few rapping things. We've heard him do it, yes. But for me, what's his priority? What's his number one talent? I would have said guitar. And then singing, and then rapping. This is a display of shit. I think you should have me in, top notch in all of those categories. I probably will after this, Ren.
Curie, I am Freddy, so eat my words, fill your belly like alphabet spaghetti. I am a rap star, don't believe me, the facts are I spit fast like a NASCAR. Don't believe me, then fuck your shit.
Hi, shit.
I don't feel so well.
Oh, the illest.
I don't feel so well. I don't feel so well. Call a medic for myself. I don't feel so hot, my brother. Aching, shaking, stop, then stutter. Things gone wrong, hit by King Kong, ace, one tom bomb like Hardy Brothers. I don't feel so fresh, my...
Like Hardy Brothers? Is this Oliver Hardy? Stan Laurel? Dick und Doof in German? Not sure. This is something I will check the lyrics for. First time now. Life gets poppin'. I don't feel so well. Where are we? I don't feel so well. I don't feel so hot, my brother. Aching, shaking, stop, then suffer. No, stutter. Things gone wrong. Hit by King Kong. A swan-ton. A bomb like Hardy Brothers. Swan-ton bomb like Hardy Brothers. No. Swan-ton. A swan as in the bird or the, the animal? Swan-ton. A so-and-so ton bomb is of course something that one knows. It's a 5-kilo bomb. It's a 3-ton bomb. Like Hardy Brothers. Hardy Brothers I do not get because it can't be Oliver Hardy. His partner was Stan Laurel. Hardy. Ed Hardy. I am not sure about this one. But he's not feeling so well. Let's go.
Shaking, stop, then stutter. Things gone wrong, hit by King Kong, ace, one tom bomb like Hardy Brothers. I don't feel so fresh, my bro. Things look blurry, speaking slow. Head in Hong Kong, wonton soup is what I have for brains. I know that I want to spread these tattered wings, hold them high.
Electro background now a little bit. This is what I was looking for. Let's get a music switch at one point, and we're getting it. It's coming in with this little bit of underlining electro elements. Kind of Prodigy a little bit. And also this very high-pitched noise that's being tweaked is more of a, not EDM, but electronic music aspects and elements and things that come in here every now and then.
Is what I have for brains. I know that I want to spread these tattered wings, hold them high. Vanish from the heavens, but I'm knocking on the sky.
So I would like to spread these, I think he even said cut wings. And that is kind of taking it back to the swan, I think. Black Swan? Is that a reference? We're not feeling good, that's for sure. I'm trying to spread these wings, but can't.
These tattered wings, hold them high. Vanish from the heavens, but I'm knocking on the sky.
I've been banished from heaven, but I'm knocking on the sky. So if I was a bird, I would try to spread my wings and go up. I think this is sort of... this is an image being painted like as in... I probably won't go to heaven, me as a person. And he is trying to paint that image by saying I'm a bird with cut wings and I just can't make it up there. Plus I've been banished. The gates of heaven are closed for me and I'm knocking on the sky. Probably because he's a heathen and a heretic and all of a sudden he's trying to get in, but everybody's like, nope, you didn't believe in the first place, did you? And now you're up here knocking. But no.
Spread these tattered wings, hold them high. Vanish vanished from the heavens, but I'm knocking on the sky. Living with depression is a blessing in disguise.
Living in depression is a blessing in disguise, as in it is hiding its real identity, but also the skies is a blessing in the skies, in disguise. Living with depression is a blessing in disguise. Why is it a blessing in disguise? Maybe this is something that he's been told a lot of times. Hey, there is beauty in chaos. Embrace the fact that you have it, because it's really a blessing. And Ren's like, no, it's not. It's just fucking, it destroys me. It fucking fucks up my whole life. Stop telling me it's a blessing. And if it is, then please show yourself, because I have yet to see it. That could be it.
But I'm knocking on the sky. Living with depression is a blessing in disguise. Never second guessing, intuition getting wise. One to sink into the pupil of my eye. Travel to the corner of my cornea and mind. Look for all the answers that I never seem to find. Till then, I guess I'm still the illest of our time.
I have yet to find, and until then,
never second guessing, intuition getting wise. One to sink into the pupil of my eye. Travel to the corner of my cornea and mind. Look for all the answers that I never seem to find. Till then, I guess I'm still the illest of our time.
Looking for the answers that I never seem to find. And until then, in brackets, until I find it, I guess I'll still be the illest of our time. And this is kind of rounding off, I think, not only the personal introvert aspect of it. I have yet to find answers. And until then, I will be sick. I will remain being sick. The illest of our time. The sickest of all of us. None of you is as sick as I am, medically. But also, until then, until I found the answers, I will be the sickest of all time. Still, ability-wise and talent-wise and what I'm able to do wise. But that could mean that if at one point he finds the answers, he's going to drop the pen and say, okay, I have no more need to, express myself and my pain and hurt, because I've conquered it. I've found answers. That would be a shame. I mean, none of us are wishing on him to remain sick and to be in states that are just unbearable and so fucking bad and painful. But what it does result in is us getting amazing content, right? It's kind of the idea of, I said this before, there's this author, he's a friend of mine, he's from the States, he's called Joey Goebel. And he has a novel out that's called Torture the Artist. And I think in America, in the UK, the original title is Vincent. And it's the core idea, without spoiling it, is there is let's call it a corporation that has found, that has instrumentalized this idea of an artist will be at his greatest artistic output when he is at the lowest of states of minds. So Torture the Artist is really the concept. Keep your artist on a down low and down and out, and force him to be in the most unbearable of pains to maximize his creative output. And that's a very interesting thought. And it goes for us as consumers as well. We, of course, enjoy the output and the content that Ren continuously provides us with. But if we really take a second and stop and think about it, the fact that we get it from him is rooted in the fact that he is suffering so fucking much. And this could be saying that once I've found these answers and once my suffering ends, there's no more need for me to articulate said suffering in creative content, being songs. And it's something we should all think about. Do we want him to ever stop providing us with this great content? Or would we be happy with him once he found the way out, even though it means we will get none more? Interesting thought. My answer is, I will continue to pump and celebrate the content we got, but it is way, way, way more important for him to get better. I'm thinking there could be folks that disagree. and say, I just want his shit. So please don't ever get better, Ren. Which would be evil as shit, right? But I'm thinking this is something that he could have had in mind when he says this here. Amazing song.
Answers that I never seem to find. Till then, I guess I'm still the illest of our time.
Yes, sir. I will agree. I would call him the illest of our time on both of these aspects. Of course, I'm not, I don't have access to his medical records and might be able to say, yes, you are the illest of our time. But content-wise, the stuff that you put out, the way you force us to interact with the stuff that you put out, the places you take us with it, the thoughts you force us to think during and after it, GOAT. GOAT level. Seriously. I'm speaking from experience here with Ren's content. So shit. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Totally. I liked it yesterday, of course, because it was the stream link that I used. So I did like it yesterday already. So what's a roundup of this thing I just saw? I love the fact that it's hip-hop. We don't even get, not even a glimpse, a visual of him and his guitar. He's totally taken it out of that world. I like that he just sat there and started being, just a spitter, talking his shit. And it's part of the hip-hop culture. He doesn't have to, let's try and revolutionize the hip-hop genre by not being, not talking about my dick size and all that shit. No, do. It's part of the culture. It's part of the game. It's, it belongs there. And it doesn't feel wrong for him to be doing it either. That little turn at the end towards, if that's the case, he is telling us he still hasn't found the answers and still hasn't found these ways out of it. And that thought path I got onto, what if he ever did? Does it mean we will stop getting great content from him? Is a thought that one could try and follow. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if there's anything I didn't catch or where I'm completely off track, as always. And continue to be interactive. I would love it if you could leave a like, a sub, a comment, whichever shape or form of interaction is always welcome on this channel. And I'd love to see you guys again on the next one. Bye-bye.